Hello everyone, it's NotaNoobPat, and welcome to Perk Review. Today we're taking a look at the level 40 Clown Perk, Pop Goes the Weasel. After hooking a survivor, the generator you kick will instantly lose 25% of its progress. The perk is active for 45 seconds after you hook a survivor. The pros are that this perk is a simple and powerful generator regression perk. You get a hook, you kick a generator, goodbye to 25% of its progress. This perk has 0 counters. The other main generator regression perk is Ruin. That's obviously a hex that can be cleansed, however this is not the case at all with Pop. All you have to do is keep hooking survivors and kicking gens. The only very minor con is that sometimes you play a little different when you're using Pop. This is because if you run to a generator with Pop active, instead of chasing a survivor or going for a hit, you normally just go kick the gen and then let the survivor run away due to the activation timer. Let's get into our video demonstration. We'll keep it short and sweet. I hook Claudette here to activate Pop Goes the Weasel. You can track the 45 seconds you have to kick a generator with Pop by looking at the perk icon in the perk window. Then, for a quick demonstration, this is how you use the perk. You hook a survivor, you kick a generator within 45 seconds, and then the generator loses 25% of its progression. It's just that simple. Let's get into our video examples. I have 2 different ways this perk generally works. In the first game, I demolish the same generator numerous times. I know the survivors want to get it done, but I just don't let it happen. I get my first hook of the game and Pop activates. I hear survivors working on the garage gen, and I teleport cancel to scare the survivors off. Now, I get my second hook of the game, and I know the survivors have been back working on the garage generator again. The generator is again above halfway, but I kick it for another 25%. Now, I have successfully gotten my third hook, and guess which generators the survivors moved back to? I get Discordance on the garage gen. I now kick it with Pop Goes the Weasel for a third time. I have successfully kicked it for 75% of its progression so far this game. Later on in the game, I put Dwight on his death hook, and you see where I say you change your playstyle minorly. This Elodie smacks me with the pallet and tries to flashlight blind me. Despite the fact that I am clearly peeved and I really want to pursue her, I travel to go to a generator to kick it. This is my 4th pop on the same garage gen. This means I've regressed it for a total of 100%, an entire generator amount. This also proves to be a wise decision as I also find this Dwight and hook him with minimal issues. I put him on the hook, then spot another survivor who was on this generator. After getting my first hit in, do you see what happens? When the survivor runs in the garage, she unwisely taps the generator. Now I can use the pop I got from hooking Dwight to hit this generator again. 125% total regression on one generator. It was above 70% numerous times this game, but I never let the survivors finish it. You can see that as the game ends, the garage gen ends with 0% progression and looks like it was never even started. Now in this game, I like calling this a Hell in the Cell game. You can see that there is only one generator remaining, but I'm ready to go to work and get the 4K. In this case, I don't get to use Pop, which happens, but it is not typical. I want to touch on 2 things. I teleport to a generator, and I just want to say 45 seconds is more than enough time. I go on a short chase with a survivor, decide to give up on that chase, and then go kick a generator with my Pop. However, what if I didn't have Pop? I probably would have continued to chase. Again, this perk does cause minor playstyle changes. I eventually get a hook in on Ash, and again what happens? I get in a minor chase, but I'm really worried about the last generator getting completed, so I go over to this gen and kick it. More of the same yet again. I down this Claudette, and then for some reason this survivor thinks he is a Blendette, and he's not. I get a no effort M1 in. Again, paranoia is set in, and rather than continuing this chase, I go to the platform gen, and I regress it down to 0 again with Pop. Now, I eventually do catch up to that Dwight, and I get another hook. After looking around for a while, I realize the survivors are on this gen, and they have it chugging pretty high. I take care of this by knocking the gen with Pop, and go chasing after the Ash. If you are paying attention at home, I have now regressed generators for 100% since the 4th generator was completed. Now we return to the same gen, and you can see that it is almost completed. I drop the Claudette, and I initially panic. I want to kick the generator because I'm afraid it may be completed. However, I stopped myself. I know I need to hook this Claudette first to activate pop, then go back to the generator and regress it down below 75% again. Again, I eventually take care of this Claudette and then put her on her death hook. About 30 seconds after this, I teleport to the other side of the map and then regress this gen back down to 0. I feel like I've trapped these players and there is nothing they can do. As long as I don't get distracted too long, I just end up getting another hook and removing any of the progress they've made on any of the generators. Despite the fact that it looked like the survivors had a huge advantage with 3 survivors left and 1 generator, I took over the match, locked the survivors in with pop, and got the 4K. Those were 2 great games with pop, so let's give this perk a grade now. Pop Goes the Weasel is a 9 out of 10. This perk is elite. I think it is a top 5 perk in the game. It is the most dominant generator regression perk. You saw that I was refusing to lose with 1 generator left, or I destroyed a single generator numerous times for over 100% regression. The games really did the talking for me in this video. If you came away from those unimpressed, I don't know what else to show you. The only minor thing is that you do have to change the way you play a little bit, and I pointed this out during the examples. However, the ends justify the means. It is still very much worth it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave it a like. If you want to check out more perk review, make sure to look for the links in the description and visit my channel to subscribe. I also stream twice a week on Twitch if you want to stop by. Take it easy.